I'm not even going to recommend you anything. Like, let's just talk.
No parent should ever.
I'm Rich.
And I'm Josh.
Make sure your Walkman is at full battery because we're diving into our dad tapes.
What's going on, guys? Thanks for listening to tape number 47 of the Dad Tapes. Let's get rolling.
So, what are we drinking tonight, bro?
Tonight we're drinking one that we haven't had in a while. Another double nickel.
Double nickel.
But this one is called The Long Weekend.
Like I said before, bro, I need me a nice long weekend.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I don't want to hear it, mister. I just got back from a cruise.
You want to hear? Yeah, a cruise with 2 kids.
Still would have been a hell of a lot more fucking fun than being at work.
Yeah, touche.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this beer, it's a 6.8 ABV, right? And it's obviously brewed by Double Nickel in Pennsauken, New Jersey. So let's get to cracking, bro. It's for a hazy IPA, it's not too hazy.
No, it's nice and hoppy.
It is. I like it. Yeah. You know what? That's not. As I said before, I'm not a big fan of the hazies. At least so I thought, right? But this is tasty.
I thought about this the other day. I have come to the conclusion that I have gotten you onto hazies.
And I've come to the conclusion I got you on the IPAs, bro.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I did
this show's got you on the IPAs.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I had a few here and there before we started the show, but it was like once in a fucking blue moon.
Yeah, bro, we've had 47 different beers in a year.
Yep.
That's quite an accomplishment.
Fucking awesome, actually.
When you think about it.
Yeah. Some of them were from out of state. Majority of them, yeah.
Not the majority.
Not the majority.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Not the majority.
Yeah. How many fingers you got again? So anyway, bro, how's your week been, bro? How's your week's been? Because the last time we left it, I was boarding a cruise ship. And then when we got back, I was fevered up, bro.
I guess pretty good, you know? Nothing big has happened.
No, so remember how I said, let's listen back to our back tapes and stuff like that, bro. More than honestly, I would, if I'm betting over or under, I would say over 60%, less than 75% of the time, your exact words, not verbatim, are same thing, man, works good, just working a lot, just kind of, just living, man, Dead ass, bro.
I agree.
Give me something new, bro. It's been 3 weeks. Give me something new.
I live a very boring life. No, I'm just kidding.
Give me something new.
Well, on a good note, Marin. So for our listeners that don't know, my girlfriend needs a kidney, and she's getting worked up for a transplant. So she's in the works with getting ready to do all kinds of different doctor's appointments and just hopefully find a donor. She got bumped up to the top of the list.
There you go.
13 years. 13 years, actually. 13 years up. So.
Well, maybe she didn't get bumped up to the top. She just put in her time on the list.
Yeah, right.
Good grief.
But now we're having high hopes. It's going to be a long road, long process, but she's a little anxious.
I'm sure.
I'm
sure she is, man.
She's got some anxiety and a little bit of worry and stress and everything. But I'm doing whatever I can to try and make it a little bit better for her. But that's the big thing that's happened in the past 3 weeks.
Okay.
So, me on the other hand, yeah.
Oh, here we go. Let me guess. Worked, play Xbox, right, and I would venture to say you probably crapped twice a day for the past 3 weeks.
More than that.
Yeah, okay, minimum, twice a day at work. Yeah, that's about it, right?
Yeah, it's about
God damn it, bro. Annie, how's Addie doing?
She's good.
Yeah.
She just turned 6, so she's she's getting to be that sassy little shit.
Getting to
And
be, bro.
It's
I thought she already was.
Oh no, she has been, but it's just getting worse.
Oh yeah, that's so fun. Yeah.
No.
I got a lot to look forward to. With
Oh yeah,
my
you're
2-year-old.
fucked. Oh, you're fucked.
Yeah, no, she's already probably sassier than Addie, honestly.
Agreed.
And she's only 2, so yeah.
Oh, man. Nah, man. How was your fucking cruise, dude? I didn't really get to ask you much about it.
It was a good time, man. We so first stop was Bermuda.
Okay.
Second stop was where'd we go to after that? It was crap. It was not Puerto Rico. Second stop was Tortola.
Okay.
Third stop was St. Martin. Fourth stop was Puerto Rico, and the fifth port would have been Dominican Republic. But we got rerouted, if you will. Yeah,
Damn.
that was,
storms.
of course, it was the one port that I really wanted to see, bro.
Yeah.
Right? It was the one port that I wanted to go to. But you know, it is what it is. Captain wanted to reroute us because of storms that were off the coast, the East Coast, and trying to avoid the current. Blah, 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 you know, because I'll be honest, bro, people were pissed off. I was pissed off, but coming from a family of fishermen, if that's what the captain thinks is best,
gotta
you
go
know,
with
I
what
know,
the captain
I
says,
know how it
man.
works. The captain is the captain. I mean,
Yep.
it's a dictatorship. It's not a democracy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, people were pissed off, but at the end of the day, I think the
Safeties.
flip side would have been a lot of people probably would have be getting motion sickness.
Yeah. That's a big major safety concern too. You know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
absolutely.
Like, you know,
Freaking
elderly
Titanic,
people
bro.
and shit, and you know.
Yeah, we'd be the Titanic, bro. Like, for real. Like, I'm not about that life.
There's room. There was room on the door, bro.
That's what I said.
There was room on the door.
God, it pisses me off, and that's Joe's favorite movie, and it makes me think like, oh yeah, would you have moved? Would you have moved over and let me up
probably
on the
not.
board?
Probably not.
Fuck no, she would let me freeze. Yeah, so that's cool. Yeah, but you know, work's been busy, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy sitting in front of people. I love it. I absolutely love this job.
Did you sell
it
anymore?
is. Quite honestly, I can't remember. No, I don't. It's a slow season right now, so a lot of it's just like they call it just like practice tours, if you will. I don't want to say it's practice. They're a lot more challenging to get to spend money, because if you're in Atlantic City in February and in March,
It's dead.
you're not spending money to get there. So it's like, you know, but yeah, dude. And some of the stories, like the last tour, not to go on and on, but the last tour I sat with, it's crazy how vulnerable these people are. And I've talked about that before, but really get insight on these people's lives. They were from Philly, and they're a blended family. In total, they had 9 kids.
Holy shit.
Right. But they're from Philly, and they're proud. They were without asking their ages, they would probably be like 40s.
Okay.
They had a daughter who was 17 who died just a year and a half ago,
Oh wow.
and got caught in like crosshairs of like a shooting. Yeah,
It's a shame.
Walking home from school, it was like you'd be really surprised. Like you get very emotional. You know, hearing some of these people's stories and basically living vicariously through these people and seeing their emotions, and it draws those emotions out of you. Like they were starting to cry, like I was starting to tear up. It was rough, bro.
Dude, just you talking about it's giving me fucking chills.
Yeah, and that's how I felt with them, and they were starting to get teary eyed, and it's like, wow, this is real.
Yeah.
And you know, you kind of get a good feel. Like that was the first tour I've ever thought, like, you know, without anything beyond all doubt, like these people aren't going to buy anything.
Yeah.
They're still navigating life. They're navigating the death of their child.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Dude, I can't even imagine that.
Yeah, I know.
I don't even want to think about something like that. To
It's
be honest.
crazy. It really made me appreciate, you know, everything. And, you know, I shared some things with them, but at the end of the day, like that's just it's crazy. And I love the vulnerability in this job. I love talking to actually, just talking to getting to know people, because that's part of the job.
Oh yeah.
You have to get them to be a friend. You know, it's one of the toughest sales job, honestly, in the world, but it's also the most fulfilling, in my opinion, because you actually help people. I know it's timeshare, right? But if people are spending the money and you can make them spend the same type of money, it's like, why not?
Yeah.
And for people who were like in their situation, you know, they haven't traveled for the past year and a half because they've just been dealing with shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not even going to recommend you anything. Like, let's just talk.
No parent should ever have to lose a child.
No kid should ever bury their child.
No.
It's sad. It, really makes me appreciate things. And, it's very jarring hearing that. But, besides that, like, I'm sick again, coming back from that hot air back to this. And then, with this warm, cold spells we've been having, the pollen coming out, bro, it's been whooping my ass.
Yeah, dude, my fucking allergies are like, you could probably hear it. Y'all probably hear it, but my allergies are bad, dude.
It's brutal. It's brutal.
Can't fucking breathe. Speaking of timeshare, you know what time it is?
That was, yeah. I know exactly what time it is. It's time for us to work on our transitions. It's time for us to be aware dads with 1 year in. I would hope our transitions would be better, but we've both been sucking at them. So, there's that one. It's time for us to be aware dads with a reading from the Daily Dad by Ryan Holiday. Tonight, we're going to be reading January 27th. You could be a parent anywhere. When we think teacher, we think classroom. When we think leader, we think corner office or lectern or a general in front of their troops. But the truth is that a teacher can do their job anywhere and in many forms, just as a leader can. As Plutarch said to Socrates, he did not set up desks for his students, sit in a teacher's chair, or reserve a prearranged time for lecturing and walking with his pupils. No. He practiced philosophy while joking around when the chance arose, and drinking and serving on military campaigns and hanging around the marketplace with some of his students, and finally, even while under arrest and drinking the hemlock. He was the first to demonstrate that lives are open to philosophy at all times and in every aspect, while experiencing every emotion and in each and every activity. As with teaching and leadership and philosophy, so too with parenting. You can be a parent anywhere. You can be a parent every minute of every day to anybody and everybody. Try not to parent everybody, guys. That's the one thing. Come on, don't parent another adult unless they need it.
You're not that guy, pal.
Yeah. You can be that parent in the same way that Socrates taught, by example, by getting down to their level, by being open, and by adapting to the situation at hand.
Tonight we want to celebrate our 1 year of recording and reflect on what we have done with the show, what we have taken away from the show, how we've grown through and with the show, and where we want the show to go from here.
It's time for a data dump. For a data dump tonight, we just want to kind of do some interesting facts that kind of happened to us as people after 1 year. So we're both going to kind of go, let's trade off here, all right? All right, so I'll read the first one. So your hair grows about 6 inches after 1 year.
Fuck. I don't believe it.
No?
Nope.
I could see it. Yeah, absolutely.
I
would say
grows,
even more.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It grows definitely more for me, at least.
Oh, that's an average, bro.
I mean, shit, I got to get my hair cut every month. That's annoying as hell.
Yeah, me too. I got to get my hair cut. I'm going to have to go next week.
Your nails grow about 0.5 inches every year.
I don't know if that doesn't sound too accurate.
I'm fucking screwed.
Yeah. Your skin cells completely regenerate. That I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your bones are completely replaced with new bone tissue.
That's insane.
What?
That is insane. Your red blood cells are completely replaced with new red blood cells. I knew that too.
I knew. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your white blood cells are completely replaced with new white blood cells.
Yeah. Yeah. Same. Yeah. Goes hand in hand with the red. Your liver cells are completely replaced with new cells. That's crazy. A brand new liver every year? What? Get out of here.
It's gonna have to keep up with us with all these fucking beers we're drinking.
Yeah. Especially when you want to cruise.
Your heart beats about 40 million times a year.
That's crazy.
Wow.
When you really think about it, that is insane. You breathe about 6 million times. Wow.
You eat about 1,000 meals. Shit, double that for me, bro.
Yeah. Bye. You sleep about 3,500 hours. Not you, bro.
Nope.
You sleep like about 2,000.
Sleep is for the weak, bro.
Sleep is for the smart.
You walk about 1,000 miles. I need to catch the fuck up.
Yeah, you sleeping little and you ain't walking anywhere, bro. What the hell you doing? You drive about 10,000 miles in a year.
Double that.
Yeah, I'd say so.
You spend about $30,000 a year.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
You learn about 1,000 new words and you forget 1,000 old words. That's crazy.
You make about 100 new friends. You lose about 100 old friends.
Get out. I don't even have 100 friends. What are they smoking, bro? Damn. You have about 100 new experiences and you forget about 100 old experiences. It's kind of like everything gets replaced.
You grow about 1% taller. Marin, you're beat. I love you.
You lose about 1% of your muscle mass in a year.
You gain about 1% of your body fat.
Oh, as you get older, bro.
Yeah.
Your metabolism slows down by 1%. Well, yours isn't slowing down enough now, is it?
No. Your risk your risk of heart disease increases by about 1%.
Oh, that's fucked. Your risk of cancer increases by 1%. That's fucked.
And last but not least, your risk of death increases by 1%.
Oh, shit. And that was our data dump. So, it's been a crazy year. One of the coolest things I think about, as we were talking before we started recording 47 weeks. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And to the literal day, because this tape will be released on March 22nd, which is the day our first tape dropped.
Yep.
March 22nd.
Yep.
47 weeks, bro. That's crazy.
Should have been 52, but
To be 52. But yeah, you know what?
You and your
You know
damn
what? You want
cruises.
to talk about 52? Let's talk about August. When you had your little girlfriend. What about that one?
Hey, we recorded twice.
Yo, yeah, and we should have recorded 3 clearly because she was letting you do shit. So, of these 47 weeks, what's been? Okay. Well, just go this direction first. Of the 47 tapes that we've had, what's been your favorite topic that we've kind of touched base on?
All right, so that's kind of like it's kind of split for me.
Okay.
It could go one of two ways. And both positive, obviously. The fact that we talked about a lot of mental health.
Yeah.
This year has kind of been really uplifting for me. I mean, especially with me going through what I was going through this past year and trying to deal with it myself, as well as trying to give advice to everyone else who listens.
Yeah.
It was tough.
Yeah.
It was tough because some of the stuff that I was told, I was giving advice to you guys, and I'm still trying to handle it myself and, walk these steps and see where it leads me.
Yep.
And I hope it, I hope it helped you guys. But I mean, honestly, I think my most favorite topic that we talked about on the show was Micromasteries of Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really do. I mean, it resonates with me. Like,
Yeah.
it's just how I am, Work with my hands, learn new shit,
Yeah.
But if anything, it was definitely that.
Okay.
But
Okay. Respect on that.
other than what we've talked about, mainly topic-wise with, being a parent and talking about, how we can better ourselves and hopefully better other people, what have you taken most from what we've talked about throughout this past year? On a scale, let's say like out of 3 things, pick 3 of the most, highest things that you've taken away from the show for yourself.
As like
as
an
a dad, an
individual,
individual, anything.
Okay, you know what? I'll give one of each. The first one, as a partner, as a husband, communication, and I've through my time in therapy as well, I learned how important and critical communication and full communicate, because you could communicate, but you have to communicate everything.
Yeah, you could be vague with communication.
Exactly, and it doesn't get you anywhere. And, even just having these conversations with you and putting myself out there for people who listen, it's made me a little bit more fearless in communicating everything that I actually feel.
Yeah.
And though I've never really, totally talked everything about how I feel, on microphone for people, it's still more than I've ever done in my life.
Yeah.
Where, I would be the person to honestly bottle everything up.
You're being more vulnerable.
Yeah. Yeah. You're absolutely right. And I think the vulnerability allows that spot of vulnerability allows you to grow. And I've seen that growth within myself.
Yeah.
And again, I know I can do more, even just on our podcast. I know I could be more vulnerable and give more insight and be more, open-hearted. And I think that I am. And I think the improvement that I've seen even from the very beginning is it's large.
Yeah.
And it's helped in my relationship with being a husband.
Yeah.
In regards to being a man, I would say you know what? It's it kind of piggybacks off of the vulnerability, but it's so growing up, I didn't see my dad have a lot of friends. And growing up myself and becoming into an adult, from teenage years or even adolescent years into preteens, into teenage, into adulthood, I didn't have a lot of friends myself.
Yeah.
And because of that, I was very reclusive. I was very closed off. And I've learned, even just like with the community we've created with our podcast, like the Batty Daddies specifically, or you or the people that I can, associate with at work, because I'm putting myself out there more and putting myself out there to be a friend. The friendships that Jill and I have grown with friends, just being more adaptable to growing my community of friends and my circle. I would say that's where I've improved the most over this year as a man, and because it's important. And I think hindsight, it's important for Declan to see that too. And it's important for Bridget to see that, because I don't want them to be growing up into a point to where they think it's okay to feel almost alone or isolated. And that's, I think I took a lot of, I observed that myself, and I internalized that as like, though it is truly okay to be alone at times, you also need a community.
Oh yeah. Well, it's not just, yeah, you're right. It's okay to be alone sometimes, but it's not a bad thing to, lean on someone else or rely on someone else,
I mean, look, even just with you and look at your late high school into adulthood, like even when you would hang out at my house, you would have friends over. You would have like Joe and Zach, Joel, and I would be hanging out with you and your friends.
Yeah.
But even during that time frame, like I didn't have friends. Yeah. And going through this process together, that's what I've learned that I need to continue to do more of. And I'm proud of the fact that I've done what I've done already.
Yeah.
And I think there's growth there. And then to the in addition to that, as being a father, it's just being more aware of everything that I do is under a microscope with them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
You know, it's tough, and I know we're all aware of it, but this just talking about it, it's allowed me to catch myself more frequently. Not saying that I didn't before, and yes, of course, I'm not a perfect parent. I would do shit. You know, I would, as we discussed, you know, I would be distracted by a TV or by a phone or, you know, something that would cause me to even get like edgy with them.
Yeah.
And that's not cool.
No.
You know, or I would be impatient with them or, you know, this or that. Like, this has allowed me, just even talking about it, has allowed me to catch myself.
Yeah.
So I don't go down that hole or patterns or routines of doing that stuff because it's not healthy.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think I can like honestly piggyback on the, you know, what you talked about with having friends and the man thing, and but mine's a bit different. I did have a lot of friends growing up. It's not that I never cherished any of the moments that I had, because I did. I mean, all my friends, they were great people. You know, there's still someone in my life today.
Yeah.
I know, even though we don't talk every day, but I've also learned over the years of having that many friends that when I became a father, I lost a lot of them.
Yeah,
you know?
of course.
Because nobody wants to hang out with the, you know, the
guy
dad
that has a kid.
You know, the guy that has a kid.
Yeah.
And it kind of made me realize, like, hey, you know, like the people that are hanging around still are the real ones. You know? And it kind of made my circle like really small. I mean, compared to what it was,
but more
up.
secure.
Yeah, and it kind of made me. It made me focus on, you know, growing myself as well. I mean, especially over this past year. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and toot my own horn, but I did go through a lot, and I did recover from a lot.
Yeah.
So just being able to focus on myself and my family more, especially Addison, has made me realize, like, hey, maybe I really don't need that many people in my circle.
Yeah.
You know, I have my circle now, and that's all I need.
That is all you need, yeah. No, and I get it. I know exactly where you're coming from, you know, because that's what I had always strived for, is having close friends. But when push came to shove, I could look at a circle, and I didn't have a circle. It was just me, you know, because I didn't see people worthy, if you will, or I didn't see somebody as like worthwhile, or, you know, I didn't put the effort in, quite honestly. Because I mean, yeah, I've been a shit friend, you know. I'm not going to sit here and say that I haven't.
Yeah.
But, you know, just even having these times and these discussions have allowed me to kind of realign my focus in what I want in a friend. And, you know, despite the fact that you're obviously blood,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, that's different. It's different.
yeah, it's different, you know, but it's still like, you know, I have blood, you know, I have family members who I was so close with that I haven't talked to in 10 years.
Same here.
You know, 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
So, you know, I truly think you're my best friend.
Yeah.
And I think it's, you know, being able to have conversations like we have and be vulnerable like we have has allowed me to even go beyond and try to find other good people who can become good friends.
Yeah, and associate.
Exactly. And it's you know, it's growth. It's growth. You know, and looking back at our time here, you know, our show. What was the biggest surprise for you with this?
I think honestly the biggest thing of a surprise for me was gaining the fellowship of, you know, our fellow buddies, the Batty Daddies. You know,
Yeah.
I don't think I ever really thought that we were actually going to get to a point where we I guess you could say became friends with another podcast.
Let alone out in California.
Yeah, on the
right?
other side of the
yeah.
continent, And I just think it's kind of cool because, everybody's different and people see differently or think differently, and we all kind of got to like commingle.
Yeah.
And I didn't see or foresee something like that happening. Yeah, maybe like, a family member or a friend coming in on the show, and we all bullshitting, but I never once did I think that we were going to be, hosted on somebody else's show.
I know.
And talking with people from California. I mean, shit. Like, I mean,
people
from
really cool. People with different life experiences.
Exactly.
An array of ages.
Different
older
lifestyle.
than us, our age. Exactly. Just completely different mindsets and experiences and cultures. And it's beautiful. It really is to see the things that, that we've done on our show together, the growth that we have, but even seeing the growth of, like you just said, our friends out there on the West Coast, the growth that they've made.
Yeah.
It's so amazing to be able to find a community or create, and if you can't find a community, create your own community. Because let's just be honest, that's why we created this.
Yeah.
That's what we wanted, to help create a community for ourselves. Because I know when I was down and out in stay-at-home dad life and beating myself up all the time about it, the guilt, the shame, all that shit that you go through when you go through those experiences and you have to accept it. There's not somewhere to go that can even have a like-minded experience with you in that regard. And I know that was one of my motivating factors when we created this.
Yeah.
Is to create a platform to where it's like, not only can I use it as something to not drive me fucking crazy, you know what I'm saying? And get some bro time, but at the end of the day, it's to create a platform to where I could be vulnerable and hear you and you be vulnerable and put ourselves out there for other people in hopes that they take something from this and can grow with it.
Yeah, and
grow
with
us.
I think that's the biggest thing for me because, like, I mean, I've always been the guy that wants to help people. I mean, you know that, and just being able to put something like this out there as a something to lean on for someone else if they're going through issues or they're having trouble being a parent or just individual problems that they're having, and even if they were to take just one small thing from the show, it makes me feel like I did something good,
Exactly.
And it's nice because, like, we're not only doing that, but we're also, like you had said, we're sitting here bros and bros having a few beers, chit-chatting about, our opinions on things as well as things that we have gone through, and it's something that we can, get off our chest if we have something going on and we need to talk about it. Yet, even though we're only talking to each other, we're not just talking to each other.
No, exactly.
We're talking to everyone else that's listening.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of cool because me being the person I am, I can't talk in front of a load of people. I just can't.
Yeah.
But yet being here, I can do that in a sense.
Yeah.
Because I don't have them all in front of me.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean, and it's helped me in my work. What do you think is the hardest part? Was the hardest part with the show?
With the show?
Yeah, with the show.
I guess realizing myself that I had a lot of issues that I need to work on, and the show itself was the one that kind of made me realize a lot of shit that I had going on that I needed to fucking work on,
So you were like listening back to it like, yo, this guy's fucked. Oh wait, that's me. Not just fucking, but I got you. And no, I can relate to that. What was the easiest thing that came with you? So to kind of give you a second to sit on that thought, and come up with something. For me, the hardest thing I would say was coming up with subjects.
Yeah, I agree, dude.
I mean, we're 40. This is our 47th, but 46 out of 52 weeks. That's 89%, and coming up with 46 different topics.
Yeah.
And yeah, of course, we had some holiday things sprinkled in, but there's still things on that we had to do. So even if we can cross out New Year's Eve, that's 45. Cross out Christmas, that's 44. Cross out Halloween, that's 43. Cross out Thanksgiving, that's 42. That's still 42 and 4th of July. 41 different episode topics to come up with.
Yep.
One topic per week.
Yep.
That's crazy. That was probably the hardest thing to do, in my opinion. And the easiest thing, I would say.
Well, I agree with you with the hardest thing because you can't really easily just sit here and say, oh, let's do this topic. Well, we already kind of like brushed up on that.
Yeah, yeah.
Or you kind of
like we
have
had
to
that was our biggest fear, was having like overlapping topics.
Yeah, and you don't want to do that because then it's just like, oh, this is like a doubled over episode. They already talked about that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a difference between that and being able to like step back another episode or two and be like, hey, like we talked about here, and bring it into that and incorporate to the the topic that we're actually talking about that night.
Yep.
But I mean, what was the easiest thing for you?
The easiest thing for me,
editing.
No, that's a pain in the ass, bro. That takes legitimate hours to edit the show. I ain't gonna lie. And then the social media aspect, that's
It'd be
shit
easy
too,
for
bro.
you. I mean, fuck, I don't want to know what to do with it.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. It became easier, but it's not easy. I'll put it that way. The easiest thing for me, you know what? The easiest thing for me was researching. Once we were able to come up with the topics, the easiest thing for me, you can agree. I created all those data dumps.
Yeah.
The easiest thing for me was creating those data dumps, was creating the information or finding the resources for the information. That was the easiest thing for me.
Yeah.
The easiest thing for me was, assembling and compiling that information. Because that's the stuff that I love to do anyway,
Yeah, I did it like once or twice, and I'm like, man, I don't know how the fuck he does this shit.
Yeah, exactly.
But I did get lucky. I forget which one it was. I think
it was
like
a Halloween one, bro. Yeah.
I was like, boom, boom, done. I'm like, whoa, all right, well, that was easy.
Yeah.
Where's the Staples button when you need it? Like,
yeah, well, it ain't always that easy. I'll tell you that much. You try researching fucking different parenting styles and generational habits, and that's not too easy, bro.
Shit, I think the easiest thing for both of us was slamming back these beers.
Yeah, you're right. The easiest part of the show was drinking our beers. Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know, dude. I'm proud of what we have.
I am too.
I'm proud of what we have. I'm proud of where we've taken it from where it started, and I'm proud and excited to see where it's going. So I guess I could segue into, where do you want us to go? Where does Josh envision this show year 2? What growth have we made from year 1 to year 2?
Honestly, I mean, I was thinking about this the other day, actually. I really think that I would like to, figure out how we can incorporate a camera.
Yes. Yeah, I was talking to somebody at work about that. He listens to podcasts, and he's like, yo, you should use a camera. I'm like, yeah, I got a GoPro and stuff, and we thought about it, just don't know how to really set it up. But yeah.
I really think that we should, figure out a way that we can incorporate that. Maybe we can get ourselves on, bigger platforms, YouTube, blah, blah, blah. I just think I think it would be, nice for our listeners to be able to picture us. I mean, not being able to sit here and be like, oh, what's this fucking guy look like?
Oh, well, that motherfucker has a bad angle.
Oh, goddamn.
He got a patchy beard.
But no, I think it would benefit us. I think it would benefit us.
it would benefit us. I think it would benefit us. Benefit you if you fucking took
Worked on my speech impediment.
English again, bro. Declan has speech
I'm gonna go to school with fucking Declan.
He has speech every Wednesday and Friday, so you go on in.
No, I think it would be a benefit for us to figure out a way that we can get a camera going. And,
agreed.
Set it up that way. But I think the only other thing I can really think about right now is broadening our horizon a little bit with topics and
Yeah,
things
you
we can
gotta
talk about.
and I'm gonna throw you under the bus here, bro. You gotta come. I know. I see the eye roll. I see the inhale, the exhale. You know what I'm about to say, so I won't say it. All I'm gonna say is step up, bro.
No, I'll say it. I'll say it. No, because it's something that I want to work towards for year 2. I want us to have it.
Yeah, you want to create more than 10 episode titles, right?
Yes, but no, I want to I want to implement something that we've been talking about where we're gonna do it.
So you dropping it
occasionally?
Yeah, once a month.
We're gonna do it once a month where we have the dad's after hours.
No, we can't do Dad's after hours.
The dad tapes after hours.
Dad tapes after dark.
And that's what it was. Yeah,
It
the
was
dad tapes after dark.
dark.
Sorry, dude, it's it's just gonna be raw. No, we're not gonna have really anything topic. We're just gonna find something that we think is, I don't know, freaky or raunchy or
There's no
interesting.
limits.
There's no limits.
There's no limits. It's gonna, and you know what? I might smoke it up too, bro.
I mean, you might. I wish I could. No, I'm looking forward to that, and I can actually say, I mean, we talked about this earlier tonight, but I've been working on trying to figure out on what we can actually talk about during that stuff, and I don't want it to be scripted in a sense. I want it to be something where.
Well, don't make it sound like we have an absolutely scripted show.
No, we don't.
The only scripting we really got is the show topic intro, the data dump, and what it is we're drinking tonight. So because neither of us, you can't always look at a can of beer, Hey, yeah.
No,
Especially
but
when you're trying to drive a golf cart.
I know. I want it to be where it's just flow, just go. Where we sit down. Like, I don't know. I guess I envision fucking Bert. What the fuck is that show?
Yeah, I know those two guys. Yeah,
2 Bears, 1 Cave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I want it to be something like that where we can kind of just be like talk about a bunch of random shit, but in a sense, it make sense and not be stupid. You know what I mean?
Or
there's gonna be
stupid.
times where it's gonna be funny,
or it could be stupid.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit? It could be talking about how dingleberries hang from your asshole hair. It could be anything.
But no, I'm looking forward to that for year 2 for us. But what do you envision yourself seeing? Where we're going? What do you think? Where do you think we're gonna be?
So I mean, I see us having that tapes after dark. I see us finally getting some freaking merch. I see us recording in different places. And here's the one thing I want to do. Total transparency, right? I want us, it's going to be, we're going to have to probably record it with our phones.
Oh, shit.
You see where I'm going with this, right? Do you see where I'm going?
I don't know.
Let's test this out. Ready? All right. So here we go. We're going to both shout out a word. It's going to be something that leads up to this, right? All right. So I'm going to say a word. I'm going to say a word. You're going to guess it off of that. And it's something I saw on TikTok. Right. Okay. So I'm going to say a word. Okay. And then you have to guess what the answer is from there. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So think about it for a second. Look at me. Eye contact. Right. Are you ready? Okay. So it's show oriented. Grass.
You want to do like episodes outside.
Okay.
All right.
That you're like, okay, so I'm gonna say 100 means you got it. 0 means you're nowhere fucking close. You're at you're at a 90.
You want to do like live locations or
Okay.
or I don't
Well, I mean,
know,
we'd
man.
obviously be recording. We're not gonna be casting it live, but
Yeah.
yeah, we'll be recording.
I don't know, man. I don't.
You do. Think about it. Just say words. Grass. Where's grass?
Outside, man.
Okay, outside. Outside where? Okay, that's a 90. You're 95, I'd even say. What are we doing?
Recording in the basement.
Oh my God. You know what? Jesus, man. I thought this would be some fun thing to do here at a golf course, bro.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
At a golf course.
That would be pretty cool.
Right? That'd be awesome.
Fucking grass. I wasn't even thinking anything about a golf course.
The grass greens.
Shit, if you would have said a tee or a ball, maybe. I mean, like,
If I would have said a ball, you would have said a sack, bro. Like, come on, bro.
oh god.
Santa? Sack? You want to record on Christmas? That's the direction you would have taken, bro. You fucking corny motherfucker. You know, I love what we got going on here. I love this shit. I love our setup. I love everything we got. Our setup can improve as I look around our
Staring at
basement.
concrete walls.
Yeah, right. Our setup can improve, but you know, I'm still proud of where where we started, and proud of where we've come from where we started, you know?
Of course.
I'm excited.
I
I'm
am
excited
too.
for year 2.
I am too.
But speaking of year 2 and finding new things, I'm sure you're going to be finding yourself in some situations as you always do, bro, aren't you?
Yeah. I mean,
So I'm reading the situations tonight, right? Because Josh has not been doing a good job finding some FMLs, right? So our first situation here we got. It's a secret by Anonymous from 2005, right? Today, I found out that my boyfriend of 2 years has a beautiful daughter. Kind of like long to keep your daughter in the closet, right? When you think about it.
yeah.
That's cool, except she's 1 year old. Oh,
Talk about a smack in the face.
FML, man. Your life sucks. Whoo. Bam.
Fuck.
So this one is called Quickie by Anonymous. It's from February 17th, 2023. Today, it's been exactly 1 year since I've had sex. And even that was because my wife caught me masturbating and it helped me out with a 0 effort hand job. That was over in 15 seconds. Since I'd already been done 90% of the work by myself. FML. I don't know, bro. Your life sucks, but you kind of deserve that one. You married her, right?
I think I found a good one.
All right, go for it.
This one's parting shit. It says, Today I came home to the vilest stench I've ever smelled. I had to open a floor vent and scoop up the turd that was inside. Funnily enough, today was the day my scumbag roommate moved out, but I'm sure he had absolutely nothing to do with it. FML. There's your situation right there. Yeah, our last one's called Cravings by Anonymous. It says, Today, on the 8th day of my diet, I met up with my study group. Everyone was snacking on junk food while I stuck to carrots. Someone put a Snickers bar on the table. I thought, God, I want you, I thought. Turns out I was thinking out loud. The guy next to me inched his chair away.
Oh, God.
It's kind of fucking creepy, man.
Yeah.
Like, if you think about it, I mean, you deserved it.
Yeah, you deserve that
definitely
one.
deserve
You deserve that social humiliation. You know, but speaking of social humiliation, you know, in a social shit, where can they find us at on all our social media outlets?
You guys can, find us on all of our social media outlets. Be sure to follow us. Facebook is /Dad Tapes. Instagram is at the Dad Tapes Podcast. Twitter at the Dad Tapes. TikTok at Dad Tapes Podcast. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a review of the show wherever you listen to podcasts. It really helps us out, guys.
Just before we get to the rewinding the tape aspect, right? Maybe something we can introduce into the show is a little dad joke. You know what's wrong with a good little dad joke, right?
Okay.
Right. All right. So here's one. So we got a deck of cards. It's called Dad Jokes, right? It's 52 cards. Both sides have a joke on them, and it's 100-some jokes, right? So we'll pick one at random, and we won't pick that one again. We'll read one side one night, and the next side the other night. So here's the joke. How does NASA organize a party?
How does NASA organize a party?
Yeah.
Gravitational pull.
That's actually quite an answer you got there, my friend. No, you're wrong though. You know what they do?
What?
They plan it. Oh man! And on that note, guys, don't leave the corny dad joke at the end for somebody to just listen to. Just rewind the tape before you box it back up. All right, guys, we'd appreciate it. You know, I'm sure the next person that listens to us will. All right, guys, peace.
See ya.